The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 1, Jeremiah 51 and 1, Jeremiah the 51st chapter and the first verse. The Lord says, I will cause a powerful destructive wind to blow against Babylon and the Babylonians. I will send foreigners to winnow Babylon, and they will take everything from the city. Armies will surround the city, and there will be Babylonians like to use their bows and arrows. They will not even put on their armor. Don't feel sorry for the soldiers of Babylon. Destroy her army completely. Babylon's soldiers will be killed in the land of the Chaldeans. They will be badly wounded in the streets of Babylon. The Lord All-Powerful did not leave Israel and Judah alone like a widow. No, they are guilty of leaving the Holy One of Israel. Their God did not leave them. They left him. Run away from Babylon. Run to save your lives. Don't stay and be killed because of the Babylonian sins. It is time for the Lord to punish the Babylonians for that they've done. Babylon will get punishment she should have. Babylon was like a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Babylon made the whole world drunk. The nations drank Babylon's wine, so they went crazy. But Babylon will suddenly fall and be broken. Cry for her, get medicine for her pain, and maybe she can be healed. We tried to heal Babylon, but she cannot be healed. So let us leave her and let each of us go to our own country. God in heaven will decide Babylon's punishment. He will decide what will happen to Babylon. The Lord got even for us. Come, let's tell about that in Zion. Let's tell what the Lord our God has done. Sharpen the arrows, get your shields. The Lord has stirred up the kings of the Medes because he wants to destroy Babylon. The army from Babylon destroyed his temple in Jerusalem, so he will give them the punishment they deserve. Lift up a flag against the walls of Babylon. Bring more guards. Put the watchmen in their places. Get ready for a secret attack. The Lord will do what he has planned. He will do what he said he would do against the people of Babylon. Babylon, you live near much water. You're rich with treasures, but your end as a nation as has come. It is time for you to be destroyed. The Lord All-Powerful used his name to make this promise. Babylon, I will fill you with so many enemy soldiers that they will be like a cloud of locusts. They will win their war against you. They will stand over you, shouting their victory cry. God uses great power and made the earth. He used his wisdom and to build the world, and his understanding to stretch out the skies. When he thunders, the waters and the skies roar. He sends clouds all over the earth. He sends lightning with the rain. He brings out the wind from his storehouses. But people are so stupid. They don't understand what God has done. Skilled workers make statues of false gods. Those statues are only false gods. They show how foolish those workers are. Those statues are not alive. Those idols are worthless. People made them, and they're nothing but a joke. The time the Lord says, Babylon, you are my club. I use you to smash nations. I use you to destroy kingdoms. I use you to smash horse and rider. I used you to smash chariot and driver. I used you to smash men and women. I used you to smash men, old and young. I used you to smash young men and young women. I used you to smash shepherds and flocks. I used you to smash farmers and oxen. I used you to smash governors and important officials. But I will repay Babylonian and all the Babylonians for all the evil things they did to Zion. I will pay them back so that they can see it, Judah. This is what the Lord said. The Lord says, Babylon, you're like a volcano that destroys the whole country. People will not take stones from Babylon to use as the foundation of a building. That is because they will not find any stones big enough for cornerstones. Your city will be a pile of broken rocks forever. This is what the Lord said. Lift up the war flag in the land, blow the trumpet in all the nations, prepare the nation for war against Babylon. Call these kingdoms to come fight against Babylon, Ararat, Minni, and Ashkenaz. Choose a commander to lead the army against her. Send so many horses that they're like a swarm of locusts. Get the nations ready for battle against her. Get the kings of the Medes ready. Get their governors and all the important officials ready. Get all the countries they rule ready for battle against Babylon. The land shakes and moves as if it is in pain. It will shake when the Lord does to Babylon what he plans, to make the land of Babylon an empty desert, a place where no one will live. Babylon's soldiers have stopped fighting. They stay in their forts. Their strength has come. They become like frightened women. Babylon's houses are burning. The bars of her gates are broken. One messenger follows another. Messenger follows messenger. They announce to the king of Babylon that his whole city has been captured. The places where the people cross the rivers have been captured. The swamplands are burning. All of Babylon's soldiers are afraid. This is what the Lord All-Powerful, God of the people of Israel says. Babylon is like a threshing floor where people beat the grain at harvest time, and the time to beat Babylon is coming soon. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon destroyed us in the past. In the past, he hurt us. In the past, he took the best we had. He was like a giant monster that ate everything until it was full. He took the best we had and then threw us away. Babylon did terrible things to hurt us. Now I want those things to happen to Babylon. The people living in Zion said the people of Babylon are guilty of killing our people. Now they're being punished for the bad things they did. The city of Jerusalem said those things. So this is what the Lord says. I'll defend you, Judah. I'll make sure that Babylon is punished. I'll dry up Babylon's sea. I'll make her water springs become dry. Babylon will become a pile of ruined buildings, a place fit only for wild dogs. People will be shocked and shake their heads at what is left there. It will be a place where no one lives. The people of Babylon are like roaring young lions. They growl like baby lions. They're acting like powerful lions. I will give a party for them. I will make them drunk. They will laugh and have a good time. Then they will sleep forever. They will never wake up. This is what the Lord said. Babylon will be like sheep, rams, and goats waiting to be killed. I will lead them to the slaughter. Shishak will be defeated. The best and proudest country of the whole earth will be taken captive. People from other nations will look at Babylon, and what they see will make them afraid. The sea will rise over Babylon. Its cities will be empty ruins. No one will live in those cities. No one will even travel through them. I'll punish the false god Baal in Babylon. I'll make him vomit out to the people he swallowed. The wall around Babylon will fall, and other nations will stop coming to Babylon. Come out to the city of Babylon, my people. Come out of the city of Babylon, my people. Run to save your lives. Run from the Lord's great anger. Don't be sad, my people. Rumors will spread, but don't be afraid. One rumor comes this year, another rumor will come next year. There'll be rumors about terrible fighting in the country. There'll be rumors about rulers fighting against the gods of Babylon, and the whole land of Babylon will be put to shame. There will be many dead people lying in the streets of that city. Then heaven and earth and all that is in them will shout with joy about Babylon. They'll shout because an army came from the north and fought against Babylon. This is what the Lord said. Babylon killed people from Israel. Babylon killed people from every place on earth. So Babylon must fall. You people escape the sword. You must hurry and leave Babylon. Don't wait. You're in a faraway land, but remember the Lord where you are, and remember Jerusalem. We people of Judah are ashamed. We've been insulted because strangers have gone into the holy places of the Lord's temple. The Lord said, the time is coming when I will punish the idols of Babylon. At that time, wounded people will cry with pain everywhere in that country. Babylon might grow until she touches the sky. Babylon might make her fort strong, but I will send people to fight against that city, and they will destroy her. This is what the Lord said. We can hear people crying in Babylon. We hear the sound of people destroying things in the land of Babylon. The Lord will destroy Babylon very soon. He'll stop the loud noises in that city. Enemies will come roaring in like ocean waves. People all around will hear that roar. The army will come and destroy Babylon. Its soldiers will be captured and their bows will be broken. This will happen because the Lord punishes people for the bad things they do. He gives them the full punishment they deserve. I'll make Babylon's wise men and important officials drunk. I'll make the governors and officers and soldiers drunk too. Then they will sleep forever. They will never wake up. This is what the king said. His name is the Lord All-Powerful. This is what the Lord All-Powerful says. Babylon's thick, strong wall will be pulled down. Her high gates will be burned, but it will not help. They will get very tired trying to save the city, but they will only be fuel for the flames of fire. Jeremiah sends a message to Babylon. This is the message that Jeremiah gave to the officer Sariah, son of Neriah. Neriah was the son of Messiah. Sariah went to Babylon with King Zedekiah of Judah. This happened in the 4th year that Zedekiah was king of Judah. At that time, Jeremiah gave this message to Sariah, the officer. Jeremiah had written on a scroll all the terrible things that would happen to Babylon. He had written all these things about Babylon. Jeremiah said to Sariah, Sariah, go to Babylon. That's all you can hear. Lord, you have said you will destroy this place, Babylon. You will destroy it so that no people or animals will live in it. This place will be an empty ruin forever. After you finish reading this scroll, tie a stone to it and throw it into the Euphrates River. Wow. Then say, in the same way Babylon will sink, Babylon will rise no more. It will sink because of the terrible things that I will make happen here. The words of Jeremiah end here. Jeremiah 52, the fall of Jerusalem. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king of Judah. He ruled in Jerusalem for 11 years. His mother's name was Amutil, daughter of Jeremiah. Amutil's family was from the town of Libnah. Zedekiah did evil things, just as King Jehoiakim had done. The Lord did not like Zedekiah doing those evil things. Terrible things happened to the people of Jerusalem and Judah because the Lord was angry with them. Finally, he threw them out of his presence. Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. So in the 9th year of Zedekiah's rule, on the 10th day of the 10th month, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon marched against Jerusalem with his whole army. The army of Babylon set up their camp outside Jerusalem, and they built ramps all around the city walls so that they could get over the walls. The city of Jerusalem was surrounded by the army of Babylon until the 11th year that Zedekiah was king. By the 9th day of the 4th month of that year, the hunger in the city was very bad. There was no food left for the people in the city to eat. On that day, the army of Babylon broke into Jerusalem. The soldiers of Jerusalem ran away. They left the city at night. They went through the gate between the two walls. The gate was near the king's garden. Even though the army of Babylon had surrounded the city, the soldiers of Jerusalem still ran away toward the desert. But the Babylonian army chased King Zedekiah and caught him in the plains of Jericho. All of Zedekiah's soldiers ran away. The army of Babylon captured Zedekiah and took him to the king of Babylon, who was at the city of Riblah in the land of Hamath. At Riblah, the king of Babylon announced his judgment on King Hezekiah. There at the town of Riblah, the king of Babylon killed Zedekiah's son while Zedekiah watched. The king of Babylon also killed all the royal officials of Judah. Then the king of Babylon tore out things on him and took him to Babylon. In Babylon, he put Zedekiah in prison, and he stayed in prison until the day he died. Nebuzaradan was the commander of the king of Babylon's special guard. He was one of the king's most important officials while at Jerusalem. He came to Jerusalem on the 10th day of the 5th month in the 19th year that Nebuchadnezzar was king. Nebuzaradan burned the Lord's temple, the king's palace, and every important building in Jerusalem, as well as all the houses. All the Babylonian soldiers that were with the commander broke down the walls around Jerusalem. Commander Nebuzaradan took the people who were still in Jerusalem and those who had surrendered earlier and made them captives. He took them and the skilled craftsmen who were left in Jerusalem as captives to Babylon. But Nebuzaradan left some of the poorest people behind in the land. He left them to work the vineyards and the fields. The Babylonian army broke up the bronze columns of the Lord's temple. They broke up the stands and the bronze tank that were in the Lord's temple. They carried all that bronze to Babylon. The army of Babylon also took these things from the temple: the pots, shovels, lamp snuffers, large bowls, pans, and all the bronze things that were used in the temple service. The commander of the king's special guards took these things away: basins, fire pans, large bowls, pots, lampstands, pans, and bowls used for drink offerings. He took everything that was made of gold or silver: the 2 pillars, the sea, and the 12 bronze bulls under it, and the movable stands were very heavy. King Solomon had made those things for the Lord's temple. The bronze that those things were made of was so heavy it could not be weighed. Each of the bronze pillars was 31 feet tall. Each pillar was almost 21 feet around. Each pillar was hollow. The wall of each pillar was 3 inches thick. The bronze capital on top of the first pillar was over 5 feet tall. It was decorated with a net design and bronze pomegranates all around it. The other pillar had pomegranates too. It was like the first pillar. There were 96 pomegranates on the sides of the pillars. Altogether, there were 100 pomegranates above the net design that went around the pillars. The commander of the king's special guards took Sariah the high priest and Zephaniah the next highest priest as prisoners. The 3 doorkeepers were also taken as prisoners. The commander of the king's special guards also took the officer in charge of the fighting men. He took 7 of the king's advisors as prisoners. They were still in Jerusalem. He also took the scribe who was in charge of putting the people in the army, and took 60 of the ordinary people who were there in the city. Nebuzaradan, the commander, took all these officials and brought them to the king of Babylon. The king of Babylon was at the city of Riblah. Riblah was in the country of Hamath. So the people of Judah were taken away from their country. This is how many people Nebuchadnezzar carried into captivity. In Nebuchadnezzar's 7th year as king of Babylon, 3,023 people were taken from Judah. In Nebuchadnezzar's 18th year as king of Babylon, 832 people were taken from Jerusalem. In Nebuchadnezzar's 23rd year as king, Nebuzaradan took 745 people to Judah into captivity. Nebuzaradan was the commander of the king's special guards. In all, 4,600 people were taken captive. I thought it was a lot more than that. Jehoiachin is set free. King Jehoiachin of Judah was in prison in Babylon for 37 years. In the 37th year of his imprisonment, King Evil-Merodach of Babylon was very kind to Jehoiachin. He let Jehoiachin out of prison in that year. That was the same year that Evil-Merodach became the king of Babylon. He set Jehoiachin free from prison on the 25th day of the 12th month. Evil-Merodach spoke kindly to Jehoiachin. He gave Jehoiachin a place of honor higher than the other kings who were with him in Babylon, So Jehoiachin took his prison clothes off for the rest of his life. He ate regularly at the king's table. Every day the king of Babylon paid Jehoiachin enough to take care of his needs until the day Jehoiachin died. This is the word of the Lord. Put those words in the comment section. This is the word of the Lord. Follow, like, share, and subscribe. Encourage others to join in with us. Hit that arrow at the bottom of the screen and make sure you share this video. And this is also the end of the book of